This is Grant Hardin, a former police chief in Gateway, Arkansas, whose crimes were so heinous he looked for every opportunity to escape. And today we will determine how a loving, community-orientated father can become a convicted murderer. Hardin began his law enforcement career with the Fayetteville Police Department in 1990 as a uniformed patrolman, where he was promptly fired a year later. His career in law enforcement appeared to be over by the beginning of 1997, having quit the Huntsville Police Department and accused of falsifying reports at the Eureka Springs Police Department in October 1996. Throughout his stint with each department, he displayed signs of recklessness, driving his police vehicle in opposite lanes of travel and over-aggressively pepper spraying a man while on a traffic stop. James Lee Appleton, the victim of the brutal murder, was not a Gateway local, but was described as a diligent, kind, hard worker. His sister saying, "He was an awesome brother. I mean, he's just that type of brother that would bend over to help anybody." The day of the murder was February 2017, where 59-year-old James was working for the Rural Water Authority. He was sitting in his truck in casual conversation with his brother-in-law over the phone. James's brother-in-law then heard the exchange of pleasantries between victim and perpetrator, followed by the loud, telltale sound of a gunshot. The phone line went dead. The investigation concluded Mr. Hardin pulled up next to Mr. Appleton, exchanging casualties, where suddenly Hardin pulled a gun, shooting the victim point blank. Witnesses concluded he fled in a white Chevrolet Malibu, which was later found, where Grant Hardin was apprehended. This is the interrogation which followed.
What was your name?
Grant.
Grant?
Yeah, Grant.
You'll notice Hardin's chair is positioned in a corner closest to the door and surrounded by the detective's chairs. This is called the read technique and is done to remind the suspect that freedom is only on the outside of the room. This leads the suspect to believe admission is the easiest way out.
Right hand, turn it over for me. Perfect. Perfect. Thanks, sir. Okay, let me see the right back of your hand. You'll turn your hand back over. Yep.
Here Hardin is breathing heavily and has a clear tick while the officer is looking away, showing his nervousness.
Alright. You don't have any weapons on you, do you?
No.
Okay, let me search you real quick. If you place your hands up on the wall, I'll let you go to the bathroom, okay?
Okay.
There's just keys. I believe those keys right there for you, okay? So where do you work at?
At Arkansas Community Corrections.
Okay. Okay. Alrighty, if you want to step right out here, I'll have that other deputy take you if you want. You want to pick that up, you can. Hey, Brad, would you mind taking the bathroom? Of course, sir. Perfect. Thanks, sir. Appreciate it. You go right back. I'm going to get some information from you real quick.
Do you want me to leave that there or put it back?
You can put that back in your pocket if you want, ma'am. You know how it is.
I know how it is.
You're in corrections, so you know when we take people to the bathroom, we don't want them taking stuff in there.
Oh, yeah.
Leaving stuff and whatever. Not that you would, but you know how it works. Yeah. Or that you even may just forget it in there on accident, you know. I'm Detective Chamberlain. I know we have James Chamberlain.
Okay, yeah.
I know. Did you used to be a police officer somewhere? Or I recognized you, but I wasn't 100% sure where I knew you from. But somebody said that you used to be a police officer in Gateway or something like that. Okay.
And a constable. And
You were a constable here too. For Benton County?
yeah.
For Benton County. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking. How long did you do that?
2 years. Well, I was elected one term, 2 different terms, but not together.
Not together, so on two separate occasions. Okay.
Detective Chamberlain uses similarities in law enforcement to build a rapport with the suspect. This allows the detective to gain more information due to the open nature of the questions. It also makes the detective appear like he is on Hardin's side, lowering Hardin's guard.
You understand this. You've been through this before, so I'm gonna read it to you. Anytime we bring somebody into the sheriff's office, we read this before we start talking to people, okay? And it's just your statement of rights for us. And before we ask you any questions, it's my duty to advise you of your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Do you understand that? I need to affirm it, yes or no. Okay. Okay. Anything you say can be used against you in court or other proceedings? Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. You have the right to consult an attorney before making any statements or answering any questions, and you may have him or her present with you during questioning. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. You may have an attorney appointed to you by the court to represent you if you cannot afford one or otherwise obtain one at no cost. You understand that?
Yes.
If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer, you still have the right to stop answering questions at any time or stop questioning for the purposes of consulting a lawyer. You understand that?
Yes.
All I did was read this to you. I put that you said yes to all of it. If I can get you to sign, oh, sorry. If I can get you to sign there by where I put that next one signed, right here. I'll get back.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I want to talk to you about what you've done today, okay? Can you just take me through when you woke up this morning to when you got stopped by the police out there in what's the name of that road that you're on? I'm sorry, I'm going wrong. Gant Ridge?
I'm not going to say anything after I've been read those rights yet.
Okay. Why don't you want to talk to me about your day?
I don't know what's going on. I am kind of sickly to what I'm here for and things.
Okay.
What was the first thing said? I have the right to remain silent.
Okay. So you're telling me that you don't want to talk to me right now?
I'm going to remain silent.
Okay, cool. Hang tight right here for just a few minutes, okay?
The detectives are leaving the individual alone in the interrogation room. This is usually done for suspects which are non-compliant, like Mr. Hardin. This leaves the suspect only with their own thoughts, allowing fear, guilt, nervousness, and claustrophobia to combine, creating an easier interrogation. Since they can view the suspect from outside the room, they can simply observe the individual's body language and begin questioning when the suspect's state of mind is weakened. This also gives the detectives time to formulate their approach.
By the way, I'm Detective Cordier. I think we've met once before.
Probably so.
Yeah, I think so. Back when I was on patrol.
Okay, I talked to my boss. Maybe, I think I was confused, or I may have confused you on what's going on here. I can't tell you exactly why you're here. And you being a police officer, you understand that. I need to rule you out as a suspect in a crime that's been committed. And that's why we got you here, is because we need to talk to you, find out where you're at. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know if I scared you at the beginning or what, but that's why I was trying to, and I can't, you see the position that I'm in. I can't tell you why you're here, but at the same time, I need to rule you out into something. Does that make sense? I mean, or would you be willing to talk to me about your day, knowing that I need to rule you out of something, or like I'm at a loss here, and I need to clear you from something. And if you didn't do anything wrong today, you have nothing to worry about. And that's kind of where we're at.
The detectives re-enter the room and continue to build rapport, empathizing as fellow law enforcement officers. The detective says, "We cannot tell you why you're here," which is a complete lie and also counterintuitive to the investigation. Additionally, he lies to Mr. Hardin, stating they are just trying to rule you out, and that he's not actually a suspect likely to be involved with the crime, despite him being the main suspect.
Well, yes, I would have liked to, but before the rights were read. So not knowing what's going on.
Yeah, and you understand as a detective, we read those rights to everybody who comes in here. It's not just you, but when we interview, kids, and it's everybody. Once you come into our facility, that's something we have to do. It's not something. It's not just something we're doing for you. It happens to everybody that walks through this room and talks to us. Because, I mean, it's just like anything else that we do. We have to cover all of our bases. And that's what we did by reading you those rights. So we need to know. I mean, does that make sense? Like, I know you've been a police officer for a while now, so you understand, how everything works. And so I've got to rule you out as a suspect. And if I can't do that, then we're at a standstill. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. So what happened today? Can you walk me through your day about what happened today?
I have to remain silent.
Okay.
On that.
Okay. So you're telling.
Right.
Okay. So you're telling me that you did do something today that was wrong then. Is that what I'm getting at? I mean,
I'm just silent.
I guess if it was me and I was, if I was in your position, I'd be like, "Hey, James, I did this. Or Grant, I did this. I was at, here, and here," and I would just be done with it, and that way you can get out of here. But at this point, like, I can't clear you from this because you could still potentially be a suspect. Does that make sense? Like, I don't know if I'm not explaining it right or what is going on here.
It fine. I just have to, once the rights have been read, I have to, it says I have the right to be silent.
Yes. Okay.
Here the officer says adverse inference could be drawn from Hardin invoking his right to remain silent, which is untrue. Specifically, Justice Douglas in the 1965 case of Griffin v. State of California states, quote, adverse inference is a remnant of the inquisitorial system of justice which the Fifth Amendment outlaws. It is a penalty imposed by courts for exercising a constitutional privilege. It cuts down on the privilege by making its assertion costly, end quote. Regardless, this makes Mr. Hardin feel that if he wishes to impose himself as innocent, he should participate in questioning.
I don't know. I don't even know what to say at this point. You realize that I'm trying to help you out here. I'm trying to get you out of here quicker, and you're just sitting here.
Well, am I free to go then?
No, you're not free to go.
Why?
Because I've got to get to the bottom of an investigation, a very serious criminal matter.
I don't understand why I'm a suspect. No.
Well, that's for me to know and for you to tell me why you're not a suspect.
I do apologize on the front end.
No, I'm not mad at you.
I'm going to exercise my right to be silent.
Just tell me this. I know you were a police officer before, right? You're a police officer in Gravit, I mean not Gravit, but in Gateway? It's an easy yes or no.
I'm being silent.
Well, I can see that. We can do this all night. I mean, it doesn't bother me. You're going to continue to be a suspect until I find out otherwise.
Okay.
I'll be back in a minute.
The detectives have placed Hardin under arrest as he is not free to leave. The detective states that Hardin must prove he is not a suspect, which is not true as he is presumed innocent until proven guilty. Mr. Hardin remaining silent prevents the detectives from obtaining any additional evidence. If the evidence they currently have is insufficient, Arkansas criminal procedure states that a suspect must be released within 48 hours from the time of arrest, meaning eventually Hardin would have to be released or charged if the evidence is sufficient.
Hello?
Sir. What's up?
I was looking for a detective.
You want me to get him for you?
Well, I'm ready. I need to go
You need to go where?
home or get ready for work in a little bit.
Okay, we'll just have a seat and I'll get him for you.
Okay.
Okay?
All right, thank you.
No problem. You need anything else?
No, I hate not being able to talk. But usually after they read my rights, after they read me my rights, I just feel like I need to be silent. How come nobody asked me anything or told me anything before we got here or anything? Not necessarily you. You've been real good to me.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was just taking you up here, you know what I'm saying? I mean, they asked me to bring you up here. So, the detective is the one that has all that information.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
He said he couldn't give it to me.
All right. So you just want to get out of here, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like to help, but I don't know what's going on, and I mean, y'all put yourself in my shoes, and maybe you've been there before. It just kind of makes you sickly.
I mean, you said that you didn't want to say nothing, so
Yeah.
and like I said, I would love to give you the information, but that's
I know.
way above my pay grade.
I
You know
know.
how that works.
Yeah,
You know
I
what I'm
know.
saying?
Yeah, I know.
So I try to be good to you. Get you what you need or whatever. So
Well, okay. I just need to go if they're through.
okay, I'll let them know.
Okay.
Do you need anything else?
No, I'm fine.
That's
You gonna take me back home, or?
I think your wife may be coming to get you or something, I think.
All right.
You're married, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
okay.
there.
That's what I thought. Okay, yeah, I think she may be coming up here to get you. I'm not really sure, though.
Okay.
I mean, they tell me about as much as they tell you. You know what I'm
I
saying?
know.
You know how that is.
Yeah, I know, it's just, boy,
Right?
just weird. I'd like to help, but
Well, I mean, I think you can. You know? Right?
right.
I mean, I think you can, but I mean, you don't want to talk to me, you know, but those guys, I'll figure out I don't know where they went, but
Okay.
I'll figure out where they're at and let them know that you're trying to get out of here.
All right.
So, and let them know that you want to help. Right?
Right.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Hardin attempts to probe a patrolman for information, stating he needs to get home for work. This might have been an attempt to divulge information from a lower-ranked officer. However, the officer does not provide information, preventing Hardin from knowing what they know. We also see Hardin attempt to open the door, showing his desperation for escape. I can guarantee if the door was unlocked, he wasn't going to be sticking around for long.
I'm not trying to get you in any trouble. I'm not trying to get her in any trouble. Okay? You've got a little daughter, who's 16, who needs her parents. Okay? I know what was said at dinner time. I know everything. Okay? I need your side of the story.
I just have to invoke my right.
Okay? So you're telling me that you don't want to give me your side of the story. That's what you're telling me. That I've got to put together what your wife has told me and what the crime scenes told me. I mean,
What I'm saying is, I have the right to remain silent. Apologies to you.
no, that you don't
I
have to apologize to me. No, you don't need to. No, you don't.
I will
I
use my right to remain silent.
know you went to eat, out tonight. I know what you said at dinner. I know that you went to Lowe's afterwards. I know everything, but I don't know what caused the incident. I don't know. And if I don't know that, I've got to assume the worst. And I don't want to assume the worst. I need this whole piece so I can collect it all. Because if I only got bits and pieces, it makes you look really, really bad. Really bad. Okay? I guess I'm having a hard time understanding that.
Okay.
Okay?
I'm sorry.
Okay. You know what? There's no reason for you to be sorry. I think later on, there may be a reason for you to be sorry, but it's not right now. You talking to me and trying to get me trying to pull the truth out of you that's no reason to be sorry.
The detective may be exaggerating the information he was told, which, believe it or not, is completely legal. Even if he had absolutely no idea, or even didn't speak with his wife, he is well within his rights to say he did. This will cause Hardin to second-guess the information he might have accidentally divulged and lead him to second-guess the information which the officer already knows. The detective also uses an empathy ploy to encourage the suspect to talk by questioning the effects it will have on his child. This could lead to Hardin shutting down, as he is afraid to say anything else which might incriminate him, placing the investigation at a standstill.
No, you too. Everything will be okay.
All right, I'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you.
Detective Chamberlain allows Hardin's wife and kids to enter the room, reminding him of what he is missing out on, inferring he could have gone home with them if he wasn't belligerent. This may lead Hardin to crack to spare his family any further pain. When Hardin hugs his daughter, you hear a sigh. This could be a sign of anxiety or frightenedness.
Hey, someone said you need to take a bathroom break, man.
Yeah,
Come on.
all right. Thank you.
Yeah. Going that way.
How are you doing?
All right. Get ready to think about laying down up on that desk, but it looks awful hard.
Yeah, I don't know if you'll be any more comfortable up there than what you are now.
No,
Can I get you anything else?
no, that's good. Thank you.
Okay. Alright. Well, can you help me understand how I got to this point?
I don't know.
I don't know. Man, I remember being on patrol and running into you one night. Help me out on a call, back me up.
Oh,
It was way back in, oh gosh, it's been almost, I guess almost 3 years now.
well,
Two,
Yeah, probably
something
so.
like that. Yeah, something like that. But,
you guys are always good to help us, help me too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brad, he was always right there, man.
oh, absolutely.
Oh.
I worked on his shift, so,
Oh, yeah.
you know, he always had my back. But I just don't understand how we got to this point.
Yeah, me neither.
Well, I'm here to listen. If you're willing to talk,
Oh,
tell
I'm
me.
just ready to go to bed.
Here we see a classic example of good cop, bad cop. After the scathing interview by the male detective, the female detective comes in to offer assistance, fetching water and allowing him to go to the bathroom. This preys on our tendency to like people who agree with us and seem similar to us. This effect is heightened after the presence of the good guy's demanding partner.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Me too. Me too. And if we could do that, you just talk to me.
Well, I just have to. Since you read those rights, I have to do the right.
Well, what's the difference?
You know the difference?
No, what's the difference between knowing what the paper says and telling, especially if it clears you out of everything? I mean,
Well, yeah, I see.
the way I look at it is, regardless of something happened or not, and if it was an accident, well, tell me. Let me help me help you.
Here we see a key aspect of the read technique, attempting to portray the action as something more socially acceptable or lawful, such as instead of it being intentional, it being accidental.
I've already talked to your wife. I've already talked to your daughter, who's really sweet, by the way.
Thank you.
She's a really good kid.
Yeah.
We can start from the very beginning. I mean, I know you probably slept in because you work nights. I work nights. Trust me, I worked nights for almost 4 years. I understand how that sleep schedule is.
Yeah, sleep's all
So,
messed up.
you could, oh, absolutely. It doesn't matter if you switch to day shift schedule. Your sleep's still going to be messed up for a while. I still fight it every once in a while. What time did you get up?
Oh boy. I don't even know. Probably around noonish.
Around noon. That's usually what time I got up too. I'd sleep in as long as I could. Did you get anything done today? No?
Oh no.
Did you watch anything good on TV? Usually that's what I do. I'd eat and watch TV. I'll woke myself up a little bit. Anything good?
Same old stuff
Oh yeah?
on TV.
You watch the same episodes? Or like, do you have a specific TV show you would wake up and watch?
My wife always has it on I can't remember what channel it's called. Right now, TV Land.
Oh, okay. What shows play on that? Like Andy Griffith and stuff like that? Yeah?
Yeah, I think they've been playing a lot of MASH.
Oh, okay.
So I'm not too crazy about that, but
No.
it's on.
Finally, he starts to open up. Admittedly, this could be related to gender psychology. Whether the suspect is aware of it or not, he is likely stereotyping her femininity as weakness, believing he can outsmart her, or she will be more understanding. Spoiler alert, he can't. Furthermore, she is less threatening, potentially even reminding him of his daughter or wife. Understanding what he did in the morning establishes a time frame for the crime, such as if he watched the entirety of a 2-hour 15 movie and woke up at noon. Then, if he says he did anything before 2:15 p.m., it is likely a lie.
So do you watch some TV?
And
Do you have anything good for breakfast?
had some Frosted Flakes.
Hey, that is by far my favorite
I don't
cereal.
know.
No,
It's
it
kind of part of my
really is.
belly aching, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Hey, I love Frosted Flakes. I'm not gonna lie. My kids will gripe at me because they think it's too healthy, but I love Frosted Flakes. What else did you do today? Anything fun? Anything? Any chores around the house done? No? Just kind of lazy? Lazy day for you? Yeah. Just watch some TV. No household chores? Your wife didn't make you do anything today?
Not today.
Did you get anything done outside today? It was so nice today. It was beautiful outside.
Yeah, I know. It was like 80 degrees
Yeah.
or more.
It was
And I'm
amazing
like,
outside.
What's the deal?
I don't know. It's messing with my allergies today, though.
Mine too. That's
Did you get an experience outside today at all?
not really.
No? Oh my gosh.
I know.
Did you a little bit at least? Get outside, do any yard work today, anything like that? No?
Let's see. Fed the chickens.
Detective Cordero allows the suspect to continue talking without cutting him off. This makes him feel more comfortable, which is shown as Hardin finally begins to move his body. The detective successfully got Hardin to contradict his earlier statement that he had not been outside, suggesting his story is false. Moreover, Hardin continues to use qualifiers and soft denials, such as "not really." This prevents him from having to stick to a story which may come back to bite him in the future.
Oh, did you?
Feed the chickens and threw some seed out, some grass seed out there in front of the front porch.
Oh, yeah?
Right.
Does that take a long time?
No.
I've never done that before.
Now, I had the dog, my dog used to be on the leash up there. He runs off.
Oh, he does?
So I have to have him on a chain. I had him on a post in the front yard, and he would get to run, and then he'd scratch the ground up like that, and he just made a big mess, big bare spot out there. So I threw some grass seed out that I bought up at, I think I got at Dollar General.
Oh, really? Is that pretty time consuming to do all that? I feel like that would be hard. Or you just, is it pretty simple? You
Just
just,
throw it out.
what time did you get out there and feed the chickens today?
Oh, heck. Afternoon. Sometime
yeah.
this afternoon.
Yeah.
Probably, I think probably 1 or 2 o'clock,
Yeah.
something like that.
That was beautiful today. Well, so what did you do after you got your chickens fed and all your seed laid
I
down?
just went back in the house.
Oh, yeah? Did you do anything when you went inside?
Played on the computer.
Is it one of those you have to like sign in and keep track of, that kind of thing? Yeah, I mean, it's a good way to pass time, I'm sure.
Yeah, I mean, when you, that's basically it, yeah.
Detective Cordero is successfully able to establish a timeline, meaning the murder would have happened past 1 to 2 p.m. Furthermore, any online functions could be tracked, allowing police to create a more specific timeline of the murder.
Or what time did you leave the house for dinner? You remember?
No.
Where'd y'all go eat?
Colton's?
Oh, hey, that's a good place.
Well, I let my daughter decide.
Ah, she's a daddy's girl. Did you eat anything good at Colton's?
It's a steak.
Hey, can't go wrong there, right?
Right.
Alright. That's awesome. Well, did you get a chance to at least freshen up after laying all that seed down? No?
Not really.
If you went and did all that just like that?
Well, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah? That's crazy.
I
You
was-
dressed so nice to go lay seed down?
No, I was probably ready to go eat.
Oh, gotcha.
I told him, let's go eat. Told him, "Look, let's get ready and go eat somewhere in there." So,
Oh, yeah?
yeah.
Awesome. So you didn't change or anything before you guys left?
I'm sure I put a different shirt on, probably, yeah.
Oh. Hey, I wouldn't be surprised. What'd you have on?
I have just a little t-shirt,
What color was it?
gray, I think.
So when you went back inside, did you have some was there time in between you guys leaving, or did you leave pretty quickly?
I don't remember. Just
in between laying the seed and going inside and playing the game. Do you remember about how long of a time it was before you left? Yeah.
no.
It's interesting to note that Hardin had a decent idea of the time frame up until he went to leave again. Potentially this could be a sign that he is hiding something. Furthermore, his body language and dialogue appears dismissive, as if he almost doesn't want to talk about this.
Did you ever go back outside?
I don't know.
Don't remember. Did you go anywhere today? Did you ever leave the house today?
Yeah, we went to.
But well, besides eat.
No.
No. I don't know. Maybe you got out and about. Sometimes I like to run errands. When you were outside today, did you notice anything different or weird going on? Or hear anything that was abnormal?
No.
While you were outside laying the seed and stuff like that? No? Everything's good. Did you run into anybody? Anybody stop by, say hi? Nothing? No? Okay. Alright. Well, I'm surprised. Did you see anybody on the road? Anything like that? It being so nice, I didn't know if maybe anybody was out and about. Did you see any of your neighbors?
What are you getting at?
No, I'm serious. I'm just asking. Just
Oh,
small talk.
not that I know of.
No. I just didn't know.
Here Detective Cordero is covering all of her bases, as there were witnesses which saw him nearby the scene. Thus, in the future, he won't be able to bring up the defense that he was in the area for some other legal reason.
So what happened when y'all were on your way home tonight? Y'all just ran into the roadblock?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I wasn't there when that part happened. What'd they do? When you guys ran into him?
Well, the guy stopped us and then he wanted us to go down the Jones Trailer Park Road, and I said, well, I live 2 houses down here on the right. He said, well, let me ask the boss about that.
Oh.
He went and got to the radio for a while or something, and then he said, what's your name? I said, I'm Grant Hardin. And he said, can you step out of the car? And then they put me in handcuffs and put me in the back of that one car.
Were y'all in your, is it your wife's car? The one that she was driving? Yeah. Is that, huh?
I'm going to ask you, please forgive me.
No, you're fine.
But I'm just going to have to stick back to my
Yeah, no, anytime.
silence
I'm just
thing.
chit-chatting.
I know you are.
You're fine. If you feel
And I
comfortable.
appreciate you.
Yeah, if you feel comfortable, you don't have to say anything. How many cars do you have? A lot?
Hang on a second.
Yeah, no, you're fine. Take your time.
6, I think.
Oh my goodness. 6 cars?
Mm.
How did you have a collection like
I
that?
don't know.
Just-
Well, because Linda's wrecked them all.
Oh. Do all 6 of them work?
Mhm.
What?
Mhm.
Hey, at least you're never out of the vehicle.
That's the idea.
Do you have any cool cars other than a Honda Civic?
Forgive me again. I'm just.
Oh, no, you're fine. I'm just curious.
As Detective Cordero asks more leading and invasive questions, we see Hardin begin to shut down again by invoking his right to remain silent. It's interesting that when questions were asked that were indirect or passive, he was more open to discussion. However, now that they specifically relate to incriminating evidence against him, he shuts down again.
I'm just wondering what's.
Going on?
Well, if I'm going to be charged with something or.
Well, did something happen today?
That's what I wanted to know. Evidently, something did happen
What
today.
you tell me?
I'm silent.
I know.
And I want to apologize, but I'm just going to stick to my rights. Of
Why are you
being
here?
silent. Right.
I guess that's the main question. Why are you here?
Why am I here?
Do you have any idea?
Why am I here?
Yeah. Do you have any idea why you would be
When
here?
you guys tell me, I will.
Hardin repeats the question and attempts to spin the question back on the interrogator. This shows a sign of deflection.
I mean, I worked with you, so like you helped me, had my back in a situation. So it would be nice to understand from you, but from your viewpoint, why you would be here, what happened, or did you see something happen, or were you put in a situation and kind of walk me through it. I think you just made a mistake today, or somebody made a mistake today, and I think you know what happened. Would you want your daughter to admit if she made a mistake?
Mm-hmm.
Because you're a good man, and that's how you raised your daughter.
To counteract Hardin's deflection, Detective Cordero attempts to reaffirm her role as the good guy by stating she is on his side and wishes the best for him, facilitated by the rapport previously built surrounding their law enforcement encounters. We also hear the detective posing the alternative question, by giving two choices of what occurred: either it was purposeful or a mistake. The suspect is expected to choose the easier option, which is deemed more socially acceptable. However, regardless, guilt is admitted. However, there is always a third option, and the one that Hardin chooses, which is to maintain their innocence, stating they did not commit the crime.
How long are we going to be here?
I don't know. Hopefully not very long. Do you want to talk to me?
Can I get a lawyer?
Yeah.
I don't feel like I need to,
It's up to you.
but
You can either-
obviously something's going on and I need one.
It's up to you. I just want to hear your side, but
I want to get a lawyer.
okay.
Hardin questions Cordero about how long he will be held, where she purposefully provides an ambiguous response. This is another reminder of the outside world, suggesting confession would be the easiest way out. This appears to break him, requesting a lawyer, meaning the police may no longer question him until then. Then, after 2 hours of interrogation, we get this footage.
Okay. I can't talk to you anymore because you asked for a lawyer. All right? Can you stand up for me? All right. Go ahead and turn around. Put your hands on your back. You're being placed under arrest for capital murder.
Okay. All right, I'll turn around for me. We're gonna walk out this way.
Okay.
Turn left when you get through. You just go right here.
Later, Mr. Hardin would plead guilty to the murder of James Appleton due to the substantial amount of evidence present. Grant Hardin received a 31-year prison sentence with parole available on the 21st year. He also received a further 10-year suspended sentence. Later, Mr. Hardin would plead guilty to 2 counts of rape of a teacher from the 90s using the DNA evidence collected within this interview, which would add a further 14 years onto his sentence before parole. Still to this day, Hardin has not provided the motive behind the murder, with the county prosecutor stating, "I wish I knew the motive. Grant Hardin is the only one that knows. He did not have the courage to tell it." Hardin will be eligible for parole in 2052 at the age of 83 years old. If you've watched up until this point, I'm confident you will love the other content we post, such as interrogation analysis, body camera analysis, and deep dives into some of the most twisted minds. So please subscribe. We promise we won't disappoint.